Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are some of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. Now, it could just be the nostalgia speaking, but I spent hundreds of hours in these games and enjoyed every single minute. So given my love for these games, you can probably understand my disappointment when Game Freak announced that these were the remakes we loyal fans deserved. Now I could spend the entire video ranting about these remakes, but this isn't a Reddit post. Instead, let me bring up an aspect I actually liked about the games: the art style.
What did he say?
I will admit, I was skeptical of the chibi art style at first, but over time and playing through the games, it's kinda grown on me. It reminds me of games I enjoyed like Played Up and Overcooked. And that's when it hit me. Let Pokemon cook. Okay, let me elaborate. What I mean is, let's take the style of Pokemon BDSP and turn it into a cooking game with similar mechanics to Overcooked. So, without further ado, welcome to Slowpoke Café, my new devlog miniseries where I create the Pokemon cooking game Game Freak never had the guts to make. In this cafe, trainers and Pokemon work side by side in a chaotic kitchen to serve delicious dishes to hungry NPCs from across the world. Before we begin, we need to decide on what game engine to use. There are plenty of great options out there like Unreal and Godot, but I'll be using Unity because yes. So let me head over to Unity and click Create New Project, and now we wait. Now that our project is ready, we can finally start adding things to our scene. Let's start like any other game dev video out there and create a capsule to signify our player. Is what I would say if I was a normal person. Instead, let's get some assets for the game. After all, I can't really call it a Pokemon game if there are no Pokemon. So let's just find out how to rip those assets from the game real quick.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, after watching 3 tutorials and reading who knows how many forum posts, I finally have... Good thing I stumbled upon this random DeviantArt post that compiled all the chibi models for us. Only issue is that these models are rigged for Miku Miku Dance, so getting them to animate properly in Unity might be an issue. Lucky for us indie devs, we have Mixamo. For those who don't know, Mixamo is a free web-based service for 3D animations that offers tools for uploading, rigging, and animating 3D characters, which basically means it can rig and animate our 3D characters for us in seconds. All we gotta do is upload our character, set up the rig, and watch as our character comes to life. What the... Okay, so it turns out these Funko Pops are too thick for Mixamo to rig properly. I guess I just had to rig these characters myself. It took forever and some crying in the shower, but we finally have our character rigged and ready to be animated. Let's just drag them to the scene and press play. Oops, forgot to add this. To add a bit more visual flair to our game, I'll also be using this toon shader I found on the asset store. It's not in the style of BDSP, but I'm a big fan of the look. We are almost done with the setup, we just need to add the most important aspect to the game, the Pokemon. Look at these little guys, so happy, so innocent.
So blissfully unaware of the soul-crushing chaos that awaits them in the kitchen.
Now that we have the player and the Pokemon, let's spruce up the environment. Perfect. But we're missing one last key ingredient. The food. Get it? Food. Ingredient. Both things you eat. No? Okay. Fortunately, Game Freak has added a plethora of ingredients and food items over the years. And unfortunately for me, I have to model them myself. You're joking, right? I'll be back. And here they are, our main ingredients. Before we add anything else to the game, let's discuss the MVP for this series. An MVP is basically a list of bare-bone features we need in the game for early testing, or in our case, to be considered done. For Slowpoke Café, the MVP will look something like this. 1. The player can cook and create recipes. 2. Have Pokemon do tasks around the kitchen. And 3. Have customers come to the restaurant and request food. There are plenty of features we can add to a game like this, but since this is a mini-series, we'll focus on these ones first. And with that, we will be concluding the first episode of the series. I hope you all enjoyed this video and are excited for what's to come. If you guys want to help me out, please leave a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode, where we tackle every college student's worst nightmare: cooking.